things are very slow right now. As you can see behind me, very little movement. Through this gate is where voters come in and go to vote. Right now, no one is coming through. And that's because there's been very little movement in terms of voting this morning. I've been here for the last 45 minutes and I've counted about 40 voters.
Minute? Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
For the last 45 minutes and I've counted about 40 voters. Most of them women, most of them elderly persons. The good thing though is that they've come in and they've been able to vote pretty quickly. I spoke with several of them, they explained the process was quick and it was easy.
Voodoo and Scabbers, 30 million our tax money gone on the German people. Voodoo and Scabbers, big by election in St. Ann, 11% people came out and vote.
What can go so?
Voodoo and Scabbers, bigger picture. No, some teachers still not getting up here, my people. Voodoo and Scabbers, 30 million our tax money, waste and my people, Samunda.
It shows us that change is what the people are looking for. I remember when Matthew campaigned up to Saturday over the weekend, you know. All him depa now, the people them say them want water and him is the water man. And the people them are come, and you mean to tell me that the people them come out, come vote and them no have no what? I see. The people them were not impressed by the message of Matthew Samuda. But you see, listening to Matthew Samuda on a public stage, you can tell that Matthew is not the brightest cutlery in the shelf, you know. They have lost it, Alapi. They have not, they not lose it for Trina, they have lost. Listening to Matthew, you can put 1 and 2 together and say, a pretty done.
Kiss me rascal, me I tell you wickedness can't done.
Jamaica is not a real place.
God Almighty, I couldn't believe this sitting goes, oh my God.
We fix up the whole nation.
Remember when them used to call people pretty dunce in as a Matthew? Matthew is a pretty dunce. You don't need no glasses to see that. Have you ever heard him speak publicly? You can tell that he's not a bright spark at all. You can tell that Matthew Samuda is not the brightest tool in the cupboard. It is a shame to know that this is what the people of Northeast St. Ann have settled for. As a matter of fact, you know, I think Northeast St. Ann people want a change, you know. No wonder them not come out. They want somebody with a little intelligence.
Voodoo and Scabbers, tell about this corrupted government, all they care about himself, not for the people. Voodoo and Scabbers, bigger picture, one here. Prime Minister Andrew Onis, IC report, gone international people.
Bomba blood clot. And this is where Jamaican law gets interesting. They have this thing called a reverse burden when it comes to illicit enrichment.
Reverse burden? That sounds complicated.
It's not too bad. Usually it's innocent until proven guilty, right? Well, with illicit enrichment, it's flipped. The prosecution just has to show that you have more money than you should based on your income. Then it's your job to prove you got it legally.
So it's like, okay, you've got a yacht, but you make minimum wage. Explain that.
Exactly. And in this case, the Integrity Commission thinks Mr. Holness hasn't adequately explained his wealth, so they think the FID needs to investigate.
This is serious stuff. So what does this all mean for Mr. Holness? What are the potential consequences?
We could be talking criminal charges, big fines, even jail time.
Jail time? The Prime Minister?
It's possible, especially if those tax fraud allegations are true.
Wow. And even if he doesn't go to jail, this is a disaster for his reputation.
Absolutely. It raises serious questions about his judgment and his commitment to ethical conduct.
It's a good reminder that no one, not even a prime minister, is above the law. This whole situation reminds me of that other scandal with...
You know what? You're right. It does seem to fit a pattern.
Exactly. But we'll save that for another deep dive. Speaking of murky dealings, let's talk about that $50 million loan from Burita Investments Limited. That's where things get really interesting. So Burita Investments Limited, they're the ones who gave Imperium that massive loan, right? $50 million.
That's the one. And the report makes it seem like Burita may have bent the rules a little to make it happen.
Okay, give me the details. What did Burita do that has the Integrity Commission's attention?
Well, For one, they accepted a mortgage document for a property that, according to official records, isn't even owned by Imperium.
That's a pretty big oversight. What else?
It gets better. Apparently, they also approved the loan based on a verbal agreement with Mr. Holness. No paper trail, no formal documentation.
Now, I'm all for a good handshake deal, but not when you're talking about a $50 million loan to a company owned by the Prime Minister.
Exactly. And the Integrity Commission agrees. They're recommending that the Financial Services Commission, they regulate financial institutions in Jamaica, give Burita a thorough audit. They want to know if any laws were broken when they gave out that loan.
So now Burita might be in trouble too.
It's possible, and it just goes to show you this isn't just about one man's finances. This is a whole web of connections, powerful people, companies, even government agencies. Makes you wonder what else is out there.
It really highlights how important transparency and accountability are.
100%.
Yeah.
The Integrity Commission needs the power to investigate these things, to follow the money and hold people accountable.
Because if not, it's like anything goes.
Exactly. And people lose trust in the whole system.
It's a reminder that no one's above the law, right?
Absolutely not.
Expert speaker, this has been fascinating. Thank you for breaking it all down for us.
Anytime.
And deep divers, we hope this has inspired you to keep asking tough questions, demand transparency, and hold those in power accountable. Until next time, keep diving deep.
Full on scabbers, why Prime Minister Andrew Holness put a gang order politics for people?
Something all right. Something all right, yeah.
Full on scabbers, we Jamaican system talk about the 20th bank account in Jamaica. What about the 40 overseas, my people?
It's about to go down.
Last year, Jamaica embarked upon a formal process of constitutional reform. The people were excluded from the design of the process, and the people did not trust it. The PNP is very clear on our positions on points of principle. Our representatives on the committee that they established did not sign the report of that committee because we did not agree, and we do not agree with some of its recommendations. And I will share some of those issues with you now. First, the reformed Constitution will establish the role of a president to replace the Governor General. We have no problem with that. The president will play a critical role in appointments to sensitive positions of state. And that president must be perceived as independent of partisan politics. The president must enjoy the trust and confidence of the society as a whole. Therefore, if there is no consensus between the government and the opposition on who the person should be as president, the PNP does not support the appointment being made by a simple majority vote in Parliament. That effectively is what the majority of that committee have recommended. That would compromise the independence, trust, and confidence that the president must enjoy. And I say, no way, that is not in the interest of Jamaica. We also insist that an impeachment procedure should be included in the reformed Constitution to hold delinquent politicians to account. The two parties were originally committed to this. I tabled a revised impeachment bill in Parliament in April 2021, over 3 years ago. But this government has chosen to ignore it for 1,237 days. Accountability is not a priority for them, as it is for the PNP. The JLP has flip-flopped, and impeachment has been excluded from the report of that Constitutional Reform Committee. We support full decolonization now, not a piecemeal approach. No more foreign king as our head of state, and no more inaccessible final court on the other side of the world that decides our laws in the name of a foreign king. We want a final court that is accessible to our people so that they can get justice. And the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CACJ, is doing this for the people of Barbados, Guyana, Belize, Dominica, and St. Lucia. And those countries are doing well. Time come for the Jamaican people to have the fundamental right of access to high quality justice at the highest level.
Now, the Holness administration always wants to paint a picture that they govern fairly. But of course, they are quick to remind us that they are above and beyond the law. The now infamous illicit six have been a bone of contention for months in Parliament. Now, the question you might be asking is, why are they being protected? Who benefits from them not being named? 6 Jamaican politicians are being accused of illicit enrichment, which means that they own assets disproportionate to their lawful earnings. The politicians are quick to say that you're bad mind. But I digress. And the fingers being pointed at Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister and his team seemingly are going through great lengths to not address the matter. It would appear that the contents of this report is so damning. Chuck has even admitted that the government is trying to prevent public embarrassment and speculation by ending the practice of tabling all AG and IC reports. For us well-thinking Jamaicans to ask, what was the thinking behind this ruling? The Integrity Commission, the last time I checked, isn't in the business of destroying reputation, but to uncover truths. Unless you're telling us that the Integrity Commission lacks integrity.
Silence. They put a gag order on their own cabinet, forbidding them to talk about Integrity Commission issues. They have something to hide, clearly. Only people who have something to hide behave in that way. How can we have a situation in this country where the annual declaration of assets and liabilities and income of the Prime Minister cannot be certified by the Integrity Commission for 2 years? How can that be? The Prime Minister has not spoken to the people and explained what is the problem, why his declarations can't be certified. I think he said he doesn't know. How can that be when he's in dialogue with the Integrity Commission about those issues? Jamaica needs a government that the people can have trust and confidence in. A government that isn't here to take the people's resources and give it to them friends and them cronies. A government that will lead with integrity. A government that isn't here to scream. And I can assure you and the Jamaican people that the next People's National Party government will be a government that plays by the rules, that ensures that the resources of the people are used only for the benefit of the people, and that the people of Jamaica can have trust and confidence in it, because we're not here to take what is not ours, but is yours.
Any day, Jamaica find another government like Michael Manley, we gone clear again. Because Michael Manley was the best government Jamaica have ever seen. I remember back in the 70s when I was a little youth, Jamaica used to run nice and sweet. The economy up. Tourists used to swarm Jamaica. Even the Jamaican dollars did value more than the American dollars. People could sleep with them windows and them doors open. The government used to send in the Cuban them to come build up roads, schools and hospital, free education, jamal for adult people who want to go back to school to learn. Michael Manley did tell we say, on plant up to on backyard because as a nation, we have to feed ourselves. And from the day in 1980, when Michael Manley came out of power, Jamaica turned down one gully. No, it no come back yet. So me a telling us say, if Jamaica get back another government like Michael Manley, we gone clear again. But if not, dog nyam we supper.
You realize that people in my country tired down. Tired down, man. Yes, them tired of all of you labor right, them tired down. Yeah. I'm not gonna know one bag of promise. On a one bag of ray like say boy, you can't solve the people them problem down there. Like you don't realize that people them say a chick no come down there for trick them. You realize that less than 12% of the vote you get in that. One whole constituency and you couldn't even pick up 6,000 votes. You know, say something wrong. But here still in the run going on that a fool the people that talk about, you're not sure right. Right? At PMP, find anybody or had they have any hopes that they would have won that constituency. Me can't tell you the labor right when they lose it today. Me not ask you that. Because right now me can't tell you say, anytime general election card, that little red brother there will get a seat there. He might go lose it. So you better find somewhere put him. Right? You can't fool the people them for too long, man. You go down there with one bag of rare. You think all the time you can run up on stage and chat a bag of fuckery in the people them ears and fool them. The people them get wise and smart. You know how the place look? Eh? The entire constituency run down to rotted. Right? You not even have a good community center. Nothing down there so not stay good. And you run down there with the little red cell for come go on like you think you could have fooled the people them and pick up a whole heap of vote. Make you and tell you, make use of it. Because you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. Lesser than 2 years in the seat there. And you lose it. Right? So go and use it while you're there. Right? Can you imagine, eh? Not even 6,000 votes you not pick up out of a constituency. And it's a by-election. Eh? And you're up on stage and talk like, Like on a control the constituency. One time I could have fooled people, But me can't tell you, say, no seat on them safe seat again. Right? So I don't want to get them something there from. Right now, I just sense PMP if you have right now, and don't give up on the constituency, Just go in and do what you want to do. And see if you take with that for them. Eh? No, you that not there again, I don't think like one time when you can run and things say, country people are damn idiot when you can't fool them. Eh? Go on now, man, a long time we see how now use politics as a way of life, for enrich yourself, Right? And when time when you get rich, cuss out the little small people them and call them illiterate and dark. Right? Take away yourself, man. You're lucky if you did get a competition, if you did get somebody if stood up against you from the PMP. Right? You'd have to draw that green rag there over your face today and hide. Take away yourself.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please do so and become a member of the Nation family. Have a productive day. More life, more prosperity. I'm Jay British. I'm out. Peace.